Welcome to Kara's Kitchen. This is a two-part video. We're gonna start by making spinach pesto, and then we're gonna stuff it into chicken!
The only thing easy or cheap about Cara is her cooking. Only thing easy or cheap about Cara is her cooking.
Part 1. You're gonna need 3½ cups of baby spinach leaves, a ½ cup of fresh basil, 4 cloves of garlic, but I'm a garlic fiend, so I use more. Half a stick of butter, let it soften if you can. A cup of beautiful olive oil. A cup and a half of grated Parmesan cheese. As you can see, I'm gonna grate my own. Now what you can do is take all these ingredients and put them into a food processor, but not everybody has one. I do, but it's not big enough, so I'm gonna cut everything up myself. First, take your basil, get it off the stems. Normally, with this recipe, you would use 4 cups of basil instead of a ½ cup and 3/2 cup of spinach, but basil's expensive and spinach tastes pretty good. The easiest way to chop basil is to roll it up like a cigar and just start cutting. So you can use any proportion of basil to spinach as long as you have 4 cups of leaves. Cut it up some more. So as you can see, this is about a ½ cup of basil. Measure out your spinach, pack it down. It's about 2 cups right there. Woo! Too much for my cutting board. Put some of that back. I love spinach. Alright, just need 1½ more cups of spinach. That's about a little over a cup. Okay. So there's the last of our 3½ cups of spinach. Alright, next we're going to mince up some garlic. You need at least 4 cloves. Me, I like my garlic, so I'm going to do a 5th and some little ones. You can really see I like garlic. Easiest way to chop up garlic is to, for me, I cut off the little stems. So let's do that. If you ever cut garlic before, you know the skin's really tight on there. So what you want to do is take a clove. Here, let me get a good size one so you can see. Lay it down, put down your knife, and whack it. Skin comes right off, and it doesn't lose any of the flavor. You want to mince up your garlic really fine because when you bite garlic, garlic bites back, unless of course you cook it out. But if you've never done it before, go ahead and try a piece of raw garlic. It's not very pleasant. And this is coming from someone who loves garlic. Now we need to grate up a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese. So there's a cup and a half. Now we need 1 cup olive oil. In our half stick of softened butter. Then you just go and mix her up. If you have pine nuts, this would be great with about 2/3 of a cup. However, pine nuts are one of the most expensive nuts ever. They're like 20 bucks a pound, so this can live without it. So when you're done, your pesto should look something like this. If you have a food processor, it'll look even finer. All right, part 2. I got the oven set to 350 and I got these 2 big chicken breasts. We're gonna stuff them. So what you wanna do is you wanna take your chicken breast, find the thick side, and slice into it, creating a pocket. You see that? Now what you want to do is take that awesome pesto you made earlier, put it right inside. Slice a little bit more. Careful though if you're going to hold it like this. Now for the amount of pesto we made, we can stuff so many more chickens, but for now we're just going to do 2. Now what we have here is about half cup of water. You can just eyeball it, it doesn't matter how much it is. Take a teaspoon of chicken bouillon, not too much, you don't need that much. And whisk that in. And then add just a splash olive oil. Whisk that. Alright, so here are our 2 beautifully stuffed chickens. As you can see, I outlined my tin foil so I wouldn't have to clean up later. Now, that little mixture we just made, we're going to put that in as a bath. Because chicken has a tendency to dry out when you put it in the oven. This will keep it nice and moist. And in the oven it goes. Pesto is awesome because it can do a ton of things. You can stuff it into pasta shells, chicken, other meats, or you could put it over pasta or rice. I'm going to keep mine in the freezer and I'm going to heat it up every time I want to use it. Now you want to be careful because what you saw was me handling my pesto with my chicken and then putting it in the freezer. Every time I use that pesto now, I'm going to make sure I want to heat it up because I don't want to get sick or get salmonella or something like that. Okay, so it's been about 40 minutes since I put this thing in. I cut into the chicken and it all looks nice and tender and juicy. And that's the end of part 2. We just stuffed our chicken with our delicious spinach pesto. And now it's time to eat. See you guys next time.
Only thing easy or cheap about Cara is her cooking.